So Prime Services Catalog is a core component of the Cisco Cloud Suite. When we look at the different pieces of it, it's really designed as a way to be able to tie the end user requirements and service requests to the automation and orchestration engines in the background. So it gives you that ability to be able to deliver to the end user a very easy shopping cart-like experience to be able to order services within IT. So it is that self-service portal. It's easy to use. It's got a very simple interface. You can compare many different options. So, it's kind of like the ability to be able to go to a website. If you're going to purchase a refrigerator, you can look at a number of refrigerators next to each other and compare them. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing within the cloud services or within the Prime Services Catalog. It has a very rich interactive set of forms that are built dynamically based on provisioning of the actual service itself. So you can get many different pieces of information. You can pre-populate that information. It makes it very easy to be able to build a robust solution set. It also leverages policy control and governance requirements, so you can do approval systems. You can ensure that auditing is done properly, and that you've got the ability to be able to show to an auditor, a compliance auditor, that you've been able to follow the core requirements to be able to secure these solutions. In addition, you've got the ordering and approval process and the ability to be able to have online status updates. So you can either go into the tool or you can be sent emails or other types of notifications when your service is up and running. So it makes it very easy to be able to integrate that end user into all the complex back-end systems without having to expose all that complexity. So it provides, again, that on-demand service delivery. So the first view of it is really that initial experience the user has when they go to it. So we showed you on a previous lesson what Cisco's eStore looks like. That's actually the internal tool that we use here at Cisco. This particular example shows you sort of the default settings that you've got around, what you get right out of the box with Prime Services Catalog, with a little bit of that customization. But this is showing you, again, what you would be seeing as an end user. You've got up there at the top, you've got your application development platforms, the solutions that you would be offered there. You've got Manage My Stuff, which is a very easy way to be able to go in and look at all the different things that you currently have as part of your, your offerings. It's really easy to be able to get access to, and it's pretty straightforward. Each one of these different services you can click on and be able to get more detailed information. So again, it just shows you that ability to be able to have a very clean, friendly interface for your end users. In addition, you've also got the ability to be able to have a much deeper view of the different offerings you're going to have. So here you're seeing, the star tagging and rating services. So if you've got different services, other users can rate the quality of it. It's very much like what you've seen on many online shopping environments. And this is showing you that capability that's built in a Prime Services Catalog. Because again, you've got if you've got many different options that you offer as a service, you want to be able to provide choice to your end user, giving them the ability to be able to rate those different solutions and how well they work in the corporate environment or in their workplace is something that's very beneficial to them. So that's part of that capability that's built into Prime Services Catalog. In addition, you also have very detailed descriptions of the actual service itself. Now, this is very important because when you're selecting a service, you may have multiple choices that look very similar. So by being able to have these rich descriptions, that include pictures and video in some cases, and ability to be able to get more information, you've got the capability of providing much more information to that end user so they can be informed as to what it is that they're getting themselves into from a service perspective. Again, that's part of the core offering of what we give with Cisco's Prime Services Catalog. And then be able to manage the life cycles of all these different services. So when we looked at the eStore, you saw that when I clicked on, My Stuff, it showed all the different services I currently had. Well, that's what this is displaying here. So when you click on, Your Stuff within Prime Services Catalog, it will show all the different services you have. And remember, it's not just IT systems. It's not just, virtual machines that you're loading. This could also be things like your laptop refresh. It could be VPN services into the organization. Whatever service you have, it's all displayed here from Cisco's Prime Services Catalog. So let's talk about some of the core concepts and key features of the Prime Services Catalog solution set. So first and foremost, and we've talked about this one quite a bit, is that User Storefront, that that visual view of the actual organization. It's built on HTML5 user interface, and it's fully supportive of ADA compliance and other types of solutions. So you can ensure that you're within compliance, so that individuals with disabilities would have the capability of being able to leverage this tool set as well. You also have a solution set called Stack Designer. Now, this piece of it is very, very important, because this is actually how you build the applications and the technologies that you're going to leverage within Prime Services Catalog. So as you're building these different services, you can actually tie together different pieces. So, for example, if you're offering a standard view of being able to provide a outward-facing web server, for the internet. Well, there's certain requirements you're going to have. You're going to need firewalls. You're going to need to make sure security is provided. All the patches are done on those servers. Being able to have all that information and then stringing it together in that Stack Designer allows you to be able to create that services offering right there within the platform. You're going to leverage the capabilities and the functionality within UCS Director to do the hard work, but you're going to be able to expose all that information into Prime Services Catalog so that you can use these components within the Stack Designer. So you can design all these different applications, and it's very simple. It's drag and drop. So you can pull the different components together and string them together and to be able to create the solution set that you're ultimately going to offer. It also leverages something called Heat. So Heat is a core component of OpenStack's orchestration solution. Now, why do we include this within Prime Services Catalog? Well, it's because Heat gives you the ability to be able to have a model-based cloud orchestration, functionality that is really kind of almost like an industry standard today. So there's a process associated with creating a script that can operate within Heat. And being able to have this built in Prime Services Catalog means you've got the ability to be able to integrate this into other solution sets very simply. It helps to be able to provision the infrastructure and the applications and really makes life easy by having this functionality built into the solution. Then we mentioned before, UCS Director as the management platform underneath it. This is going to allow you to be able to have that infrastructure and element management. So if you needed to provision a firewall, Prime Services Catalog would tell UCS Director to provision the firewall. UCS Director would know how to do all the heavy lifting there. In addition, it has the ability to be able to support all the different functions that we've talked about before within UCS Director, all the different catalogs that are offered. Those are all exposed into Prime Services Catalog, which means that you can leverage that functionality. You only have to configure it once, and you can use it throughout the entire solution. So another function that we've got is Rabbitmq. So Rabbitmq is a piece that really handles the ability to be able to do some of the different orchestration functions. So Rabbitmq uses an AMQP message brokering system, which allows you to be able to have communication between different components of the solution set. So this allows you to be able to, leverage some native OpenStack technologies to be able to integrate this with other product sets. So you're seeing to the right there, Puppet Labs. So Puppet is a automation tool set designed to be able to, provide capabilities for DevOps environments. So, if they're going to do a test of a particular piece of software, the best way to be able to test that software is to create an environment that's as close to production as possible. Well, that's fantastic, but it can be very difficult to do. But by leveraging something like Puppet, you've got the ability to be able to spin up an environment that's very close to the end, the end environment that application would sit in, but be able to test the software and then be able to pull it back down. So that cloud vision of spin up and spin down after utilization is no longer needed, that can be done via Puppet, and it would be controlled and integrated into the solution through Rabbitmq and that AMQP solution set. You also have Cisco's Intercloud Fabric for Business. We've talked a little bit about this one too. Integrated that into the solution set allows Prime Services Catalog to then be able to integrate into Amazon and AWS and Azure and all the other solution sets out there to be able to provide that public cloud, hybrid cloud type mix into the core product set. So hopefully that gives you a good view of some of the core pieces of what we offer within Cisco's Prime Services Catalog, and we'll kind of show you how these pieces work together.